So we ended up spending a good portion of yesterday's live stream hunting with the muzzleloader, and actually, for all of that, we were also hunting without any scope, which definitely made for an interesting hunt. And of course, on a hunt where we're hunting with that kind of restriction, we would end up running into a pretty good sized level 5 sika deer. That's a... oh. Well, the sika grind has gotten us a 5, but now we're stuck with no collar and no sight. That's a diamond. Diamond is 198 point something, and that was 202. Where was that? Right there. Don't know what fur type he is, but he didn't look to be red spotted. Spot him and drop him. Now, hopefully that was not the spinal cord shot that I was worried about, but as long as we got into a vital, we'll have ourselves a diamond sika. And I see a lot of blood, so I think we're in good shape. Looks to be the brown fur type, which I do believe we have a diamond of. I might be wrong, though. Could be black? I don't know. Let's see. It is the black fur type, 210. Might be a diamond rack that we've not yet had either. It's interesting, though. He's a very low weight, like 70.5. That's not crazy far into where they even make level 5 and start to make diamond, but he's, 12 over. Go figure. Cool. We'll have to find yet another spot for diamond sika, but I got no problem with that. And even though we were quite limited with not having a scope and the muzzleloader's range to begin with, I really did enjoy hunting with the muzzleloader again, so I thought we'd do that again today. And one thing that I came here and saw is that one of the respawns from that stream is a level 4, I'm pretty sure gold rack, albino fallow deer. It is possible for level 4 fallow deer to make silver and be just too low for gold, but I believe this guy is going to make it, and since he went ahead and stopped broadside for us, we'll go ahead and take our shot, and I'm pretty sure the fallow grind is at least in theory over. The thing is, the other rare that we have in the multi-mount that it's a gold is the albino fallow from the Hirschfeld missions, and I was hoping if we were to get a gold rare that it would be a piebald or a melanistic, just to kind of add a little bit of variety to that multi-mount. So we'll have to kind of see, and of course there's a chance this guy isn't going to make it. I could be kind of mistaken with his rack, but he had a solid estimate, and honestly, I probably would have went without sights today if it wasn't for the fact that, for one, he was 200 meters away, but also I think it's going to make it a little more fun to actually watch when you can see things a bit better. So we're probably going to switch maps after this. Actually, we've done quite a lot on Aurora to begin with, but having come back here after the stream for just another fallow run and seeing that one of our respawns actually came back as an albino, I kind of thought we'd start with that. We had the muzzleloader kill from the stream already, and I figured we'd just go from there, but I like being able to see that. He sticks out quite well, that just white laying on the grass. And I don't think, at least, that's the rack that ends up being a silver, like in the low 170s. So fingers crossed. Looks like we made a good enough shot. Hopefully he's going to be a gold. And he is at 187, so yeah, that's a rack that wouldn't ever end up being a silver. Pretty cool. Almost messed that up. We barely got right at the bottom of the lung there. That was about 40 meters further than I thought. I thought we were shooting right on 200. But it worked out. We got ourselves a second gold rare fallow. He's definitely going to go in the multi-mount for now. We'll take a look at it at the end of the video and kind of see how it looks with 2 albinos and a common diamond. But now we're going to switch maps. We're going to take the muzzleloader somewhere, and we'll see what else we can find. I kind of figured that if we're going to be using the muzzleloader anyway, we might as well come to a map where we can kind of make the most of it and its 2 ammo types. So we're here on Parque Fernando. Of course, we can take the normal animals with the larger ammo, the classes 4 to 8, but we also are able to take down both axis deer and black buck, which would be a class 3. So hopefully we'll get to do a bit of all that. But it's actually been a while since we've gone and hunted for mule deer. Really, since we got the couple of diamonds in multiplayer, we haven't been back to check our own single player, so we'll sort of go through it, we'll see what we can find for that. Hopefully we can get on to axis deer, black buck, and maybe even some red deer throughout. And since we are running through an area where we're likely to get charged by water buffalo, I grabbed the recurve bow as our kind of water buffalo weapon, just to sort of stick with the theme of more primitive weapons, but just a random level 2 to start with. Although after a diamond and a rare to really begin the video, can't really complain about that. And at least kind of moving in a positive direction there. we have a level 3. I don't think that's the rack that makes gold. It might be, because this estimate's pretty solid, but I'm pretty sure that's just like a bit below. I think the racks that make gold have like 1 extra tine, so this guy should be a bit below. And yeah, he's 189 where gold is 222, so even that 214 estimate, he wouldn't have a shot, but respawns for someday eventually. Maybe it's just like an especially large level 3, but that seems to be a really big set of antlers for not even being a 4. I think, as we're doing this, we're going to need our recurve for the first time. Got a kind of small water buffalo charging us, but... Ooh. Guess that'll work just fine. Managed to get it through the heart, so that'll get him out of the way. And the nice thing about the recurve, maybe not in this case since we just fired the muzzleloader before that, but when water buffalo do charge us, we're not necessarily going to be sending everything else in the area running away just to deal with them. So we don't always have to take our shot before we take care of the water buffalo, which should be at least a little helpful. But kind of back to our mule deer, we didn't get to look at it long since that buffalo was charging us, but he is a 240 level 3. He's not even 170 kg. I do think something was actually changed a bit because their diamond requirement might have gotten bumped up a tiny bit. I feel like that might have happened, and I know there's a level 5 rack that didn't ever seem to troll before the most recent update that does now. So there might just be a bit of a rescaling, and that's why he looked so big for a 3, because that's kind of a new thing. I'm not sure, but that's going to be something to pay attention to for sure. You know, I think I remember why we haven't done that much mule deer hunting since we got our couple of diamonds. It's a bit sad to only see level 3s or lower the entire time, but I think that might be another gold. We might as well try a bit of a long shot on him. Don't know where we hit that, but he instantly dropped. I don't even know we can kind of see him there once the smoke's gone. But there are some red deer bedded up there. We might as well go around and try to get one of them as we go to claim him. And then as we kind of get past mule deer drink time, we might hunt around in the dead forest a bit and just see what we can find resting. Because we don't do a whole lot of that anymore, and we've actually had some good stuff in the past. Or actually, that's not a bad size level 4 axis deer. And since we've not gotten to use the class 3 ammo yet, maybe we can go ahead and take him with that. I did want to do that. Did that actually work? Either we clicked on the wrong thing or something, but anyway. Using the proper ammo, we can drop him, and I don't think we're too far from our mule deer still. So it's not going to be too bad to go up here and take this little detour. As far as I know, that rack pretty much always makes gold. 183 actually. Not too bad for pretty much not having brow tines. And more than knowing if this is going to be a gold mule deer, I want to know where we hit him. He actually is a silver at 193. Thought he was a little bigger, but we hard shot him at 280 meters with the muzzleloader. Definitely can't complain about that. Same rack, by the way, that I thought was maybe decent at the beginning, so go figure. We're pretty much at the end of mule deer drink time though, so we'll kind of just go through Bosque Muerto a while and, like I said, see what we can find just resting. Pretty much everything rests out here, so could definitely run into something cool that we've just been missing out on. It would just about figure that we'd find by far the best mule deer of this hunt after we've done their drink time. He has a huge estimate of 307 to 369, but I'm gonna guess he's gonna score right in that 307 area. I also think, where he's at, he should be stopping kinda any time now. So if we can stay ready, especially if we can keep an eye on him, I think we might be able to get a shot in there before he starts to just nervously walk away. He did stop. It's about 180, so it's definitely a doable shot. We just need a little window to get the shot in. I think that'll do it. Starting to drop, so pretty sure we got a lung. I'm not aware of any level 4 diamond mule deer. I mean, level 5s, I think with that rack, actually troll quite often. So I don't think there's any chance of him making diamond even with that good estimate. But it's still actually good to see a nice one. Like I said, it makes it a lot less fun when everything's level 3 or under. So that's at least a little bit encouraging. And he has to be close to, like, diamond weight. He is 195 kg. 309 trophy rating, though, when 314 is diamond. Kinda surprised he's even a level 4. Almost shot too high. But we got into a lung. It's a good-looking deer. And we're just straight on to another level 4, so maybe just out here would have been better to start with. We had a lot of hunting pressure here, so I kind of thought that was the last thing we did was hunt them in this area. I guess we could still have the respawns even though there was all that pressure. But he should turn back eventually here. If he'll just sit still. Pretty sure we managed to hard shot that guy as well. It actually feels even more busy than normal in this area. But anyway, got our mule deer down right here. He was actually hard shot into 232 gold this time. I don't know that I've seen one with like just one side of that rack naked, but good to know that's a possibility. Man, that's another really nice level 4 mule deer. So go figure, spent that much time hunting their drink time, and then once we get their rest time, the biggest ones show up? I think we might have hit him a little back. He's dropping kind of quick though. For the one that we single lunged, I don't even think it dropped that fast, but the range would be a bit of a factor. See if we can see on the blood. It's got to be right up here in front of us. Curious if that's vital or non-vital. I mean, either way, don't believe a level 4 can be a diamond, so not a big deal. Think that is non-vital, so gonna miss out on the gold on that one. I actually do like that rack as well, though. That's a 303. Two really good ones, but the one with like the double stickers on these tines, I like that quite a lot as well, but that really shows how slow moving the muzzleloader is. Because if we use the, say the M1, I think we'd have been close to back of the lungs or liver. But that's worth remembering if we go for a shot like that again. Need to lead them quite a lot more. Well, that's a bit of a letdown for a max weight estimate Puma, but maybe we can kind of use what we learned on the mule deer. Put a better lead on him, and that just dropped him in his tracks. So there's a later Puma drink time, which is, I guess we can maybe go back and find that zone. 1300 to 1700 is the exact time, and I figured we could actually go and check while there's not red deer here to maybe distract us from them. And there's at least the one decent one. I don't see anything else special. And I'm actually quite happy we got to just use what we just learned pretty much immediately. Shot him through both shoulder blades and double lung, but obviously much better up front in the lungs than way far back. And I think on that note, we are going to head back to the trophy lodge, because not only do we have a multi-mount to redo, we also have a diamond sika to go and look at. I'm actually quite torn with this, because looking at it at least from this angle with this particular setup, the common kind of between the two albinos does look nice, and it's all different racks, which is definitely cool as well. I just don't know if I'd like prefer to have a different rare fur type. We might kind of still just casually grind for fallow and not doing it so like specifically, because we ended up killing right about 500 to get this albino gold. So I would expect it to take a while to get another gold rare, but I don't know. I like that, but I'd also like to have more variety, so we'll have to see kind of where that ends up taking us. But then as for our diamond sika, I think it's a rack that we've not had in the past, so black fur type again, but I like those wider set main beams. Like this is the one we killed just the other day, and he's one score lower, but the main beams are a lot narrower, and I definitely like this like frame better. So that's pretty cool, and I like having them kind of side by side like that on the wall. But anyway, a couple more Trophy Lodge additions, getting finally a silver rare out of the lodge with the piebald fallow deer, and I still don't know what to do about that. I think for now I'm going to be happy with the albino and probably focus on some of the other things we still want to get, like a diamond red fox. But adding another albino to that, this entrance is really, really cool. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.